We've all heard of Santa, jolly red suit, gifts, milk and cookies, but deep in the Austrian Alps, buried in a valley untouched by time, there's another legend, a darker one, a creature the villagers don't celebrate, they survive. Welcome to a new dark escape. Steady your breath. Tonight, we journey into the birthplace of a winter demon. This is the Krampus Village. Snow claws at your coat as you climb the final ridge. The wind screams through the mountains like a living thing, pushing you forward, urging you down toward the valley, toward the village that shouldn't exist on any map. Your lantern flickers. Your breath rolls out in white clouds. Somewhere behind you, far up the trail, a bell jingles once, a single metallic note, and then silence. You step into the village. Wooden homes slump beneath the weight of heavy snow. Their silhouettes look more like hunched, watching figures than buildings. Red ribbons hang across doorways, frayed, torn, stained, dark at the edges. And then you notice it. Every window is boarded from the inside. The village is sealed shut. You take another step and a crunch echoes under your boot. You look down. Hoof prints, huge ones, pressed deep into the snow, circling the village. A faint chant drifts through the wind, a low, rhythmic hum. It seems to come from everywhere and nowhere, wrapping around the houses like a slow exhale. You follow the sound. At the village center stands a giant wooden pole, decorated with ropes of bells and strips of goat hide. Something hangs from it, a mask carved from dark, twisted wood. Long horns, hollow eyes, teeth that look too real. You lift it, it's warm. A voice behind you whispers, "Put it back." You spin around. A villager stands 5 feet away. No sound of footsteps, no warning. His coat is made of wolf fur, and around his neck hangs a string of battered bells. His eyes are terrified. "You shouldn't be here," he says. "Tonight is Krampusnacht." Behind him, more villagers emerge from the shadows, each masked, each holding thick wooden switches bundled with iron chains. The villager's breath trembles as he talks. People from outside only know the story of St. Nicholas, the good man who rewards good children. But the Alps, our mountains, have always had balance. Light cannot exist without darkness. He tightens the fur around his shoulders. Krampus is that balance, half demon, half goat, born from the oldest winter spirits that haunted these peaks long before Christianity came. His voice deepens with fear. They say he walks with chains because the old gods tried to bind him, but they failed. They say he hunts only those who stray from goodness, but that is a lie we tell our children. Krampus does not hunt the naughty. The villager leans closer. He hunts the unprepared, the lost, the ones foolish enough to enter the valley on this night. Wind howls through the village, cutting his words in half. "He takes them," the man whispers, stuffed in his basket, dragged into the snow, never seen again. Only the bells are heard as he decides their fate. Another bell rings, closer. The villager flinches. "You must hide," he urges. "We cannot protect you. No one can. Tonight, even we fear the shadows. All we can do now," he whispers, "is hide." A horn bellows across the valley, long, deep, bone-shaking. Every villager flinches. They scatter into their homes, slamming their reinforced doors, locking them, bolting them, whispering frantic prayers behind the wood. You reach the nearest house. You try to push inside. The old woman on the other side only says one word: run. And then the bells begin, not jingling, dragging, as if something massive is being pulled through the snow. You retreat toward the back alleys between houses, snow swallowing your boots. The wind dies completely, unnaturally, as though the entire valley is holding its breath. A shadow moves at the far end of the street, tall, deformed, hunched. For a moment you think it's a tree bending under snow. Then it takes a step. The bells strapped to its waist clatter, chains scrape like metal teeth, steam pours from its mouth in rhythmic animal breaths. You duck behind a stack of firewood, holding your breath as the creature approaches. Hooves crack the ice, claws drag in the snow beside them. It stops 3 feet from you. You stare at its legs, goat fur matted with ice, chains wrapped tight around massive limbs. A hand hangs beside one leg, long-fingered, talon-tipped. Its head lowers, sniffing. The breath is wet, hot, too close. Then suddenly, a scream. A child's scream. The creature turns sharply and bounds toward a small house at the edge of the village. The child inside beats on the boards covering the window. "Bitte! Bitte! Please! Please!" The boards snap. The window explodes outward. The scream cuts off immediately. All you hear now is chains, dragging something back into the dark. Snow begins to fall in thick, choking sheets. Visibility drops to nothing. You stumble down an alley, gasping, heart hammering like it wants out of your ribs. Your lantern dies. Darkness consumes you whole. A whisper curls against your ear, low, gravelly, inhuman. Du warst unartig. You don't speak German, but you understand the intent. You've been naughty. You break into a sprint, snow flying everywhere, your boots slipping, every breath tearing your throat. Behind you, bells explode into frantic jingling, chains crack, hooves thunder. It's chasing you. You reach the forest edge, skeletal trees twisting upward like black claws. You duck behind a trunk, pressing your back to the frozen bark as snow falls silently around you. The bells stop, the chains stop, the world is dead quiet. Slowly, you peek around the tree, nothing but white. You take a step, and your foot sinks into a footprint. Not yours, not human, a giant track, still warm. Then you see it, pressed into the snow beside the track. A wooden cage, small. Child-sized, but freshly carved, as if left for you. A note tied to one bar reads, "For the naughty." You look up. A horned silhouette stands between the trees, still, watching you. Steam curling from its jaws. Its bells jingle once. A tree branch snaps under the weight of snow and crashes between you and the creature. A wall of white explodes upward. Krampus roars, the sound ripping through the forest like a demon denied its prize. You run. You don't look back, not once. You don't stop until the forest thins, until the snow lightens, until the wind finally carries sound again. Only then do you turn. The village is gone, completely swallowed by the storm, as if it was never there. But far in the distance, just as you take your final step away, a single bell rings, deep, cold, warning you, don't come back, and never travel the Alps on Krampusnacht. You breathe hard, still shaking, still frozen with the memory of those horns in the dark. Then the final whisper crosses the wind. He remembers the ones who escaped. If you survived this dark escape through the Krampus Village, and you want more nightmares, more legends, more abandoned places and cursed folklore, make sure you watch our other Dark Escapes. Subscribe now, so you never wander into the shadows alone again.